Hello and welcome to the Cafe Nightly Show. I'm your host, the Goldsmith. It is the 9th of October 2024. It happens to be a Wednesday, and no news is good news. No news is no news. We're looking forward to the rest of the harvest season, so we can go and review a couple things of the harvest season we already have ongoing. But ultimately, let's make an about face here. I'm trying to make a little bit of an about face. If there's no major news in the game of Upland, not headed into going too deep into what already has been. There's no other story other than to say and go back and look at the harvest season that we already have out. It's a good time to review as we are a week and a half into the season. There are certain items that take time or certain tasks that take time to complete. So if you haven't started yet, now might be a great time to get started for the harvest season task to be completed for the 30th and then again for the 15th for two airdrops, two cutoffs on two airdrops. And then additionally, after those two snapshots, there are additionally at the very end of the month, or very end of the season after the 15th, also the dividends are going to be calculated for the multiplier. What you earned is what you earn. What you earn for your multiplier is what you're going to get into Wonderland season. Welcome in trees. And of course, so I can get there and we can get through it. All these opinions expressed by myself, they're mine and mine alone. Shouldn't take as game strategy or financial advice. Don't represent the game or the team of Upland. All guests and contributors who we do have on have their own opinions. They're welcome to them. Shouldn't take as game strategy advice or financial advice. Doesn't represent the game or the team of Upland. And doesn't represent myself, the Goldsmith of the Cafe Nightly Show. So let's take a quick look. Again, it's review, but it's worth reviewing as we are at the right time of the month for people to, make sure that if you haven't started, it is time to get started. Gamified earnings obviously kicked off already for harvest season. Our goal is to complete at least 5 tasks, get to 14.7% earnings. Stretch goal from the 5 tasks all the way up to 15, so that we can get the 3.1 times multiplier, aka we can get to the 15.1% dividend or annualized dividend to be paid out through, or to be the to be the dividend amount to go through Wonderland season. So we already started. Things are off and kicked off. Here's the task that we have at our core. Again, we have 10 core tasks, and then we have weekly additional tasks that come in each week on the Tuesday. And we already have one that was introduced this past week. The one that is the very first bonus mission, very first mystery mission or bonus mission, as of the 8th of October. That's yesterday, Tuesday. Anytime between now and the end of the season, bridging 100 Sparklet into Upland. Again, that is one task to be completed between now and the end. 100 Sparklet, bridge it into the game of Upland to get that checked off. Let's look at the core 10 here. The core 10, harvest regular, again, log in for at least 25 days during the season. Well, if you haven't logged in a single day yet this month, you're not going to get this by the 30th. If you've logged in a couple days but not many, it is a good reminder to continue to log in every day for maximum rewards. And here is one of them. Get your task checked off the sheet, checked off on the leaderboard by logging in 25 days in total before the 30th. Another thing to note is we still have 125 days in the entire season. So theoretically, if you start logging in today, 25 days can be done before the 15th of November. Daily Streaker, log in 7 days in a row at any point during the season. That's easy if you haven't done it yet to do it between now and the 30th for that check mark for that completed task when we look at the next airdrop snapshot. Property Pioneer, mint 3 properties during the season. That's not too hard, but you do have to find the city with the mintable properties to do so. Ornamental Touch, apply a harvest ornament to your property for at least 3 weeks. So, the at least 3 weeks thing, 21 days. If you apply it today, you should be able to get your 21 days in by the 30th. May not get it quite by the snapshot. You're right on the cusp. You should have already got it on there, but if you haven't yet, you still get this on here. You still get it done by the end of the month if you haven't done so yet. Collection Conqueror, complete 5 collections for the first time. This is a little bit of a stretch. If you have built your collection city by city by city, we got one city that opens. There's only a limited number of collections in that city. This past city and Frederick was limited as a FSA primary city, and then B, it was a classic release. So what was a collection was known to be a collection. People had a race to go buy those collections. It's not easy to go mint collections. You can go buy them secondary and complete them for the first time. But 5 collections, not the easiest on the list. Definitely can be done between now and the 30th. Requires you spending some UPIX if you don't have uncompleted collections that you own all the properties for now. Secondary market specialist. Buy 5 properties in the secondary market. Again, it's going to cost UPIX, but it's going to be something you can do between now and the end of the season, or now and the 30th of October for the upcoming snapshot. What is key here is if you are churning properties, aka selling some and buying some and selling some and buying some, this is going to be an easy thing to hit. If you're the type of person who's not churning, who's not actively selling properties all the time, this requires the expenditure of UPIX. And you may be earning enough UPIX on your dividends, you can go and buy 5 properties in a month. If you're not, obviously that is going to be something you have to come up with some UPIX or sell something to get some or whatever you need to do. Or this is just a task that's not easy for you to complete. Secondary market specialist, again, you can get it done by the 30th and then have it for both the 30th and the 15th snapshot. Or you got the time until the 15th to get this done. The MetaVenture Shopper, buy 3 items from any MetaVenture shop. It's a nice one. It's a nice one to, again, kind of stimulate the economy a little bit in the MetaVenture shops. Easy check mark to get if you have things that you are collecting, buying. If you're in the process where you are looking to acquire cars, if you're looking to acquire map assets, if you're buying things primary and that is a map asset or a structural ornament, you have plenty of time and opportunity to do so between now and the 30th or now and the 15th. SPH, so that's Spark Hours or Sparklet Hours. Sparklet Hours staker, stake 150 Spark Hours during the season. And again, that's a Spark Hours, not Sparklet Hours. Means 1 Spark staked for 150 hours or 15 Spark staked for 10 hours. Again, Spark Hours are by denomination, by the amount that you have overall for a duration of time. And now we've got your total Spark Hours. Referral Ambassador, earn a referral bonus by inviting a new player. They must level up. City Builder, complete constructions of structures in 3 different cities. And then again, we do have that mystery mission dropping every Tuesday. The first mystery mission, a bonus mission, was October 8th. Dropped yesterday. Bridge in 100 net Sparklet. That means 100 new Sparklet, an increase of what you have now. Sparklet into Upland. Done deal. If you do that between now and the 30th, you're ready for that snapshot. You'll also qualify if you do it once for the other snapshot as well for completed tasks. Yeah, nothing too crazy here. Let's take a look at the leaderboards just to remind ourselves how easy it is to double check it, how far we've gotten along the way. The 2 things I like to put out there for people at this point is A, there is a delay in the reporting on this leaderboard, so keep that in mind. And B is if you continue to see it not showing up, maybe you didn't complete it like you thought you did. I'm going to take a look out myself a little bit. Oh my gosh, look at all the things I haven't done yet. I haven't logged in for 25 days. It says I haven't logged in for 7 days straight, but I have. So here's the thing. How does that not qualify correctly? It happens to be that my last week falls in a little weird schedule, or what falls in during the week. 7 days straight means the start to the end of your login period, of your 7-day login bonus. So we're going to start a new login bonus here. I've got to log in for 7 days straight, and that'll check off there. Mint 3 properties says I haven't. I actually had. So you'll have to catch up and see when these actually catch up with you here. And then again, along the way, regular play, generally people do check off 5-6 of these easy. To get to the full 10, the 10 core, you're going to have to really push for it. And again, a weekly new tasks are added as we continue through the season, meaning you're probably not going to be able to have all 15, or wouldn't be able to have all 15 done by the snapshot on the 30th. Just an easy thing to keep it in mind. And we will obviously see that we're going to have a higher multiplier, theoretically, a higher multiplier for everybody at the end of the 15th of November than we will on the 30th of October, maybe, because they will be more tasks to complete if you are somebody who's a completionist who's trying to complete every single task available to you. Good to see you, Blue. And then otherwise, the one other thing to keep in mind when we look at these tasks is if you can't complete them all, find the ones that are doable. If you can get, the 7th or the 8th or the 9th task, there is a benefit of doing the 7th or the 8th or the 9th task. There is a reason to do one more. There's always a reason to do one more. And if you can't complete 10 tasks, 12 tasks, 14 tasks, don't beat yourself up about it. 12 tasks will get you the 3.1 times multiplier to 15.2% earnings over the course of the Wonderland season. So that is something that you can go and do without completing everything. Maybe you're not in a position of making a referral, or you don't get lucky, and you aren't able to make that referral. Maybe you are somebody who isn't able to extend and spend the Sparklet, or bring the Sparklet into the game, the 100 Sparklet into the game that you have outside the game. You can't do that. That's one check mark you're not going to get. Get 12. You are going to get the maximum multiplier for dividends. And also, it is going to be incremental. So the more you get done, the higher multiplier is for the Sparklet reward, assuming that you qualify for the upcoming airdrops. We have 2 airdrops this month. One is going to be snapshotting on the 30th of October. And the second, again, not this month, but this season, November the 15th is a snapshot. The number of tasks you have done on that day or as of that snapshot, it's going to determine a multiplier. A multiplier is used against the number of Spark that you had earned, or Sparklet that you had earned prior to TGE, and then, this is a key one, had to keep into the game of Upland until now, or until that same snapshot day. So with that in mind, this is something that's nice, that is additive. If you do one more task, you can see you got a little higher multiplier on that TGE Spark, assuming you were participating for the TGE, or prior to TGE with earning Spark in the game of Upland, and assuming you had not taken your Sparklet out of the game. Just one more thing to, again, strive for one more task, one more multiplier point, more Sparklet in your account at the airdrops. Other than that, there is a reminder: if you bring in at least 500 net Sparklet over the course of the season, you get a 0.25 times multiplier boost against your multiplier here on your Sparklet to be received, which is nice. And reminders: we have 4 total. The 2 coming up this season are the 30th of October and the 15th of November, and 2 more airdrop dates, November 30th and January 15th. Again, Upland could change these if things change, the market conditions change. They could postpone these. But as of right now, these are the upcoming dates for airdrops for the TGE Sparklet or earned prior to TGE Sparklet that you had continued to keep in the game. And it's your reward for doing so, and it's your reward for being active at this time. So with that, we'll say there's nothing else in Upland, because there isn't. There was no other announcements. Looking forward to more to come, but continue on in harvest season. Thank you so much for being here Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT in the Upland Cafe, in Discord, and on Twitter. Looking forward to maybe more news into the day of tomorrow. Well, for tonight, if you are in the Upland Cafe, feel free to unmute your mics. The floor is yours.